Hi there fellow van travellers and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit niche and will probably be more interest to you if you travel in something like this rather than something like this. But stick with us if you have ever struggled to find or not travelled somewhere because you were worried about finding drinking water, as this could be the solution to all your problems. Don't forget to check out our other videos on everything campervan and motorhome related, from solar to water, heating to gadgets, tyres to trips. If you like this video, please do hit the thumbs up, it really does help me to know what you like, and you can ask any questions or give feedback in the comments. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, please hit the subscribe button and clicking the bell will give you a notification when a new video goes live. Finally, if you do decide to hit the thumbs down, it would be great if you could also leave a comment so I know what you didn't like. Most of you will know that there are some things that are essential to a successful van trip that you can only carry so much of, and that you might need to top up on your trip. That could be battery power, diesel, LPG or food, but possibly the most essential is drinking water. Unless you stick to campsites and urban areas, it's often the first thing to run out and often the hardest to find, which means you have to head back to civilization. Well, say hello to the off-grid Reverse Osmosis portable water purifier from Itehil. This little wonder could give you the ability to stay off-grid, away from civilization for longer, and if you're really adventurous, it could save your life. We're going to check it out, so let's get on with it. The Itehil unit is a compact, rechargeable and fully certified portable reverse osmosis water filtration unit, meaning it can produce consumable water from any fresh water source. It utilises a dual filter system using a hybrid filter to remove large particles and impurities, followed by a reverse osmosis filter which removes smaller microscopic impurities down to 0.0001 microns. Overall ensuring bacteria, viruses, parasites, heavy metals and many more impurities are removed, leaving the water certified safe to drink. It's not going to be on everyone's essentials list, but for what it does, and particularly its current discounted price, and check out the video description for any further discounts, it does seem good value. But let's see how it performs. In the package we've got the main unit, instructions, USB-C charging lead, the water output hoses, those all-important filters and a changing tool, the water inlet pipe including an initial water filter and a bag to store everything in. Having a look around the unit, we've got the water inlet, the control panel with USB-C ports for charging, the filter enclosure and the water outlets. Setup is simple, installing the filters into the correct mounting holes and using the supplied tool to lock them in. Then we just connect the inlet hose and the outlet hoses to their matching coloured outlets. On initial use, it's recommended to run the unit for 35 minutes to flush everything out, so we did this with tap water. Now, before trying anything more risky, I wanted to see how it performed on something that wouldn't cause me any problems if it didn't work as expected. So here's a bucket of tap water contaminated with instant coffee. Something I'd easily be able to see and taste if it got through to the output drinking water. Then it's simply a case of switching the unit on, and as we can see, the outputted wastewater still has some contamination, but the drinking water output is pretty amazingly completely clear. I've left this bit in real time so you can see the rate it runs at. But now I'll speed it up a bit. Tasting the purified drinking water, there is not a trace of any flavour of the coffee and you can see the clarity of it. So having done that test, it gave me the confidence everything was working as it should and I could head off to find a far less than pure water source. And as you can see, here we have one. Using a total dissolved solids or TDS meter, it shows as 46 parts per million, which isn't actually that bad. But when we take a look at the water, I certainly wouldn't want to be drinking it. So let's run it through the purifier and see what we get. I'm letting the wastewater just drain away, and I have sped this process up. The drinking water we get out seeps completely clear, and testing the TDS shows a reduction to just 2 parts per million, which gives me the confidence that it's safe to drink. In a minute we'll talk a bit more about TDS and some other considerations, but first let's have a run through of the specs. The filter lifetimes are 600 to 800 gallons for the reverse osmosis filter and 300 to 400 gallons for the hybrid. The machine tells you when the filter needs replacing, and the rate at which it works is 500 millilitres per minute. On one charge, the unit can filter 9 gallons of water. It can filter any source of water, but note that doesn't include seawater. And it weighs 5.8 kilograms, and you can see it is pretty portable. It's built in 6,000 mAh lithium iron phosphate batteries charged from USB-C in 2 to 3 hours, and the unit is fully tested and certified. Now, looking back to that TDS, seeing that the TDS of the drinking water is reduced to just 2 parts per million is a positive reassurance of the removal of any impurities, but it also means that some of the minerals like sodium and magnesium, along with the others that water would normally provide us, have also been removed. Most of these minerals will be gained from the foods we eat, but there are some recommendations that drinking just demineralised water over a longer period of time might not be good for our health. If this is a concern, and if we were using the unit to purify water for a longer period of time, then adding back in those healthy minerals is an option with a product like this. When the time comes to replace those filters, these are available separately or as a pair, and for a pretty reasonable price considering their lifetime. So whilst it won't be for everyone, there will be some that the Itehil purifier will fulfill a need for, enabling them to extend their time off grid and exploring without worrying about having to top up drinking water. Not only is it ideal for those exploring, it can also be a lifesaver if you get stuck and need a safe source of water to keep alive. It's not only useful to have when travelling. As we recently experienced at home, when flooding occurs it can easily impact the quality or availability of tap water, and having the ability to create as much safe water as you need is one less thing to worry about. Thanks for watching our video, and as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please pop them in the comments below. If you find the video useful, please like, share and consider subscribing.